Hello Flosstube, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner, and I know it's been so long since you've seen me, about 2 days, and I am here today with my Year of Whips 2018 video. I hope the lighting's better in this one. I recently, as in yesterday, got in the mail the dual head daylight OttLight that recently was released. It's only available through Joann's. My boyfriend, for my birthday in July, gave me a Joann's gift card for $100, and that's what I wanted to get with it. It's got the USB charging right there on it, and it's got a holder, and it's got the 2 lights, and I think that this has made the lighting better in this video, so I mean, it's really hot. Up here in California, it's 109 right now, and I just got home from work, and my car does not have air conditioning, so I am literally a hot mess. But hopefully the air conditioning in my apartment will kick in a little more soon, and then also I'll get to turn off this light soon, so. Anyways, so I'm here with the Year of Whips, and the reason I'm doing it now is because I'm not actually participating in the official real Year of Whips because, mainly because I want to start it right now, and this is going to dictate how my rotation is going to go for the rest of the year and through 2018. And this, for me, isn't necessarily so much a Year of Whips as a year of focusing on goals. Because many of my projects are BAPs, and there was just no way that I could get done as many of them as was dictated by the rules. And I do know that she put in it that a page finish for a HAID will count as a finish. The problem is, however, that I've only selected one HAID, and that one I'm doing extreme cross country, and I've got like 3 Chatelaines in my plans, and there's no way I could reasonably finish 3 Chatelaines. That's just crazy, not to mention the Mirabilias, and for some of them I've selected an entire series as one project, and it's just, I like the idea, which is why I'm going with my own twist on it, but I'm not going to be able to officially participate. So, in my bullet journal, I have a page dedicated to my Year of Whips, and I have in this light brown color the specific goals that go with that, and if it's a multiple tiered goals where I can check off as I finish. So my plan is I have 1 focus piece, and then I have 15 projects. There could be multiple cross-stitch designs in that category, but so there's that. And so what I want to do for a rotation is one day do my focus piece, the next day do my work on a Year of Whips project, and then the day following that work on a non-Year of Whips project, or multiple, because I want to still be able to participate in SALs, and I can't fit all my Year of Whips into all the SALs subjects. So in my next video, which I hope to be able to film after this is uploaded, I'll talk about my future plans and go into that more with the September plans. But let's get this one done first. So to start it off, my focus piece, oh, and also with the rotation, just for a moment, I'm gonna do it so that it's any day that I work on it, then you move on to the next day. So if I skip a Wednesday, that doesn't mean that, say the focus piece is skipped until it comes back up. Thursday would then be the focus piece. And if I can't stitch on Friday, then Saturday is going to be the Year of Whips. I'm not going to skip that. So I have 3 index cards where I wrote each one, and as I finish having worked on that category for that day, I'll put it behind so that when I next go to work on a project, I know exactly what I'm going to be working on. Anyways, okay, let's move this along because I don't want this to cut off on me. My focus piece is going to be Kelly Dunn, the Evergreen Stitchers, green conversion of red. And if I finish this before I finish all my Year of Whips projects, another project will then go and take its place until that one's completed. But this is a pretty big one. So this is where I'm at. Isn't she gorgeous? So I'm excited that I get to work on her about every 3 days. Moving on from that, my first project is a Country Cottage Needleworks To Have and To Hold. That's what it looks like. I started this one with the intention to give it to my sister and brother-in-law for their wedding. They got married 2 years ago, so I really need to finish this one this year so that I can give it to her. This is where I'm at. Those eyes are atrocious, so they're going to need to be redone. But if you can see, I don't actually have that much more to go. I need to do this bottom part right here, and I've already charted the date, and then from here up. So not too much more. This one, I'm hoping I might even be able to have it done in 2017. So I'm looking forward to that. My next project is one of the series that I was talking to you about. It's the monthly cottages from Country Cottage Needleworks. Now, I have 3 of them completed. I have 3 of them started. I'm starting 2 more in this month of September, but I would like to have them all finished so that I can start displaying them. So the finished ones include January, February, and March. April is very nearly done. Probably a day or 2 of work in here. August is not so close. I wanted to get a lot more of it in this month, but I just didn't get the time. November is the smallest of the starts, and I started this last November, but I'm thinking I was doing it for something I only needed 100 stitches in because that's all that got done. So then the ones that still remain to be started is May. My mom was born in May. June, my parents' wedding anniversary. July, why haven't I even started my own birthday month? I don't know, but it's so cute. September, where 3 of my family members are born, including my dad and my sister, and it's their birthday today, so happy birthday, Alex and Dad. She was born on his 40th birthday, and then my sister Johanna was born September 30th. Oh, and I'll be starting this one this month. October, I will also be starting this month for Sal. And then December, and I love this one. I love that cardinal on top of the tree. The colors in this are beautiful. So I am looking forward to working on that and hopefully finishing that and then deciding how I'm going to fully finish them. I was looking at my office at work today, and I was like, I kind of saw a spot that it would be nice to display the month as it is. So that was one idea. So I want to fully finish all of those. That's the goal for that one. Next up is Dressmaker's Daughter from Mirabilia. This one is a gift for my sister Alex. And my goal for this Year of Whips is to finish this dress. Not the beads, because I mainly work on it in a Q-snap, but if I put it on the stand, then the beads. But if I don't put it on the stand, then the back stitching and the dress and the word fully finished. And this is where I'm at on this one. So, not as far as I'd like to be, but it could be worse. Next up, we have the London Gardens mandala from Chatelaine. This is a present for my sister Jo. Let me orientate this. Okay, yeah. And she's actually going to London this month with her husband, and they're going to meet my other sister Kirsten there, and they're going to be there for a little while. A couple weeks, I believe. And this is where I'm at. So my goal for this one is to fully finish part 1. Beads, back stitching, specialty stitches, and the cross stitching. So what still remains is one more small garden, and then there's a border of the roses, the Tudor roses. All the specialty stitches still need to be done, and all the beading still needs to be done. I think this one is only 4 parts, so each part is actually quite like hefty in size. Wrong bag. Next is Paris Gardens by Chatelaine, and ironically my sister Kirsten is currently in Paris. They live in Germany, and she's there with her husband's work right now. And my sister Jo got engaged by the Eiffel Tower, so Paris and London is pretty big in my family. But my sister Kirsten always loved Paris. Our senior year, as a present, my parents took us on a trip somewhere, and Paris is where my sister, we grew up overseas, so it wasn't like, oh my gosh, you got a European trip. I went to South Africa to visit my grandparents. My sister Kirsten went to Paris. My sister Johanna went to Scotland and Manchester. And Alex is 16 today, so she travels the world with my parents. But anyways, so this is where I'm at. So for this one, the goal is also to finish all of part 1. These are little birds up here. They're 1/1, and they have to be done on all of them. There's 2 more of these flower gardens to be done. Then all the beads, all the specialty stitches still to be done. This one's definitely closer to a part 1 finish than the London one, but still far to go. Next up, we have the Serengeti mandala, which is a present for my parents. My dad is from South Africa, and then my parents were missionaries in Africa all throughout my childhood. That's why I grew up overseas. And my parents loved this design. We went on a Serengeti, a safari, not in the Serengeti. I don't think. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Okay, ignore everything I'm saying right now. We went on a safari this past Christmas, and it was beautiful. And so this is a design for, that I'm stitching up for my parents. They actually gifted it to me so that I could stitch it for them. So this is where I'm at. And this is actually supposed to be my priority, even though Jo's the only one who hasn't gotten a present for me. But my parents say it's supposed to be my priority. So for this one, I want to fully finish parts 1 and 2. I don't think there's any specialty stitching in part 2. I think that's mainly just cross stitching and some beading. I've started the beading on this one already, and some of the specialty stitches. So I do need to do all 4 of these in the corners, but I've made a good headway on part 1 of this. So, so yeah, that's what I want to do on that one. Next up, we have the Main Street Sal from Country Cottage Needleworks. And for this one, parts 1 through 5 have been released. I have parts 1 through 4 right now, but the last 5 parts will all be released before the 2018's over anyways, so I hope to finish that. This is where I'm at. So I have one completely finished, but I haven't done the middle border. And yeah, I really love the colors in this. This one's for me. I'm not gifting it to anyone, but lots to do still. To do. Next up, we have oh, I skipped it. Next up, we have A Christmas Carol by Hade, and this is just a black and white of what it is. And I am stitching this Extreme Cross Country, and I started with DMC 310. So my goal is to finish all of DMC 310, and that's actually quite a lofty goal. Oh, look at all that fabric. Oh, the grid, it goes forever. So this is how much I've done. And there's 40,000, just under 40,000 stitches of 310. So there's quite a bit to go. But that's my goal for this. Next up, we have Happily Ever After by the Frosted Pumpkin, and this is a style that is still currently going along, but I am super far behind. Let's see. This is a pretty old picture. I haven't even updated it with these 3, but that's the basic idea. And I am so far behind, which is why this is one of my Year of Whips plans. Because I wanted to do all the border first. I don't know, guys. So, that's where I'm at. And I kind of feel like once I fill in the border, it will go faster. But I just need to actually do that, so. And I attached this to my scroll rods with just some pins. I hope that's okay. Like, I hope it's not going to leave, like, permanent dents in it or anything, but I got so tired of sewing them on and then ripping it out and then sewing them on and then ripping it out. So I did that. Next, we have Cinderella from Brooks Books. In the Princess Sal. I'm not intending to do all of the princesses for this Year of Whips because I know that there's no way that I could do that. Here's kind of a picture. And here is my measly start on this. So just a little bit of the dress. So a long way to go, but I'm excited to have this one as a Year of Whip because there's so much cryonic in it, and I've never really worked on cryonic, and I just think it would be great to get a feel for it and how long it'll take for also the future ones. Next up is Castles in the Air. And my goal for the end of 2018 is I kind of would like to finish up till the text. I wrote down all the pages, and in my other notebook, I kind of just wrote that I wanted to finish 6 pages total. But in my mind, I know I want to get to the words. And if I could finish this, that would be a dream. Like a good dream. Not like a nightmare dream, but a good dream. And this is where I'm at. And I love it. So beautiful. Love this fabric. Love everything about this. I thought I would hate it because I hate stitching with white normally. Well, I don't mean hate it because obviously I picked it and started it. But I didn't think I would love it to the extent that I do love it, is what I am trying to say. I really love this one. Just a few more. Next up, we have a project that I do actually kind of hate, which is why it made this list. And that is what was meant to be a Christmas present for my aunt in South Africa. So I had wanted to finish it on time, but it was such a struggle to work on it because I didn't like it. And, yeah. So this is what it is. And the reason I was stitching this for her is because she said it looked exactly like her 2 dogs that she had. And she really loved it. And so I really tried, but once I realized that I couldn't make that goal, I just kind of stopped working on it, which is bad. But here's where I got to. So I'm nearly done with the Labrador. And then I have the German Shepherd to go. And I would just like to get out from under this. In part because I gave this a Paco needle organizer, and so as a punishment for not finishing it, I didn't let myself take the needles out. I left it all in there, so I would kind of like to reclaim that, and you know, I'd also like to be able to, I probably won't be able to frame it and send it because that's just too dangerous with the glass is probably going to break. So I just send it to her, and then she can frame it however she wants. But I'd really like to be able to do that. Next up, we have the U.S. Presidents by Clouds Factory. And here is what it looks like. I know a lot of people are planning on doing it and skipping out Donald Trump. And I know he's not popular, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a hater, but I'm not a fan. But, however, I feel like, again, this is trying to rewrite history, and whether you like it or not, he is the president. And so, I'm going to be including him, even though I'm not his biggest fan. But, all I've done so far is George Washington. And I am still planning on listening to the audiobooks. However, it only took me 2 hours to stitch George, and so this whole idea that I'd finish the border and still be listening to George Washington's audiobook, probably, because it's like 40 hours long. I did not pick a small one. So my plan is to just keep listening to the audiobook and keep working on the presidents, and then I still want to listen to an audiobook of all the presidents. So I have other U.S. patriotic-themed cross stitches, so once I'm done with this one, I'll just move on to another patriotic themed cross stitch as I try to continue my journey of listening to a biography on each of the presidents. Possibly excluding this one because I don't really know how you can have a good book about a sitting president, because I just feel like it's not really going to be a depiction of their policy or and I kind of want to know more about their policy and how they affected the world or the U.S. and things like that. Anyways, that's off topic. No, not the last one. The second to the last is Giant Harry Potter. Ooh. So for this is one that I've broken down into a smaller bowl. I would like to do it up through book 2. So, I want to do the banners, the border, all the way through book 2. So that's about 2/5 probably. And then maybe in the next year I'll make a goal to finish the whole thing, or maybe I'll just make a goal to go up through here. We'll see. But this one is still partly on the Q-snap because after I finish this video, I'm going to work on it because it's the first in America. My sister and dad, their birthday is actually the 2nd, but they're in Asia and it's already the 2nd there. But so this is where I'm at so far. So I want to put in about 250 stitches at least tonight. However, today is my year of whoops day, so I'm going to work on this one until I'm done stitching for tonight. And the last one is a multi-projects category. And that is, I would like to finish up through the 6 band on 4 band samplers from Northern Expression. So I'm going to go through those real quick. The first one is, and I don't have pictures of these, I'm sorry. The first one is Northern Expression's Esther's Wave. And I have a blue-green conversion, and so these are some of the colors in it, and I just think that these are some stunning colors. And so far, this is the color I'm currently working with, 796. So far, all I've gotten done is 1 band of Jessica's and part of a band of cross stitch. So I'm counting that as 1 band complete and 1.5. So I have 4.5 to go for this particular project. Next up, we have a twisted band DMC conversion. And this is the first one that I attempted to do. And I really like it, except for then I got this other idea, which is going to be explained when you see it. So I'm partway through the 4th band. So this one will probably get the least amount of attention. The reason I picked 6 bands is because the tip of the 6th band is as far wide as it goes. But so this is what I've done so far. So I have to finish that specialty one, and then do another cross stitch one, and then 1 more specialty band. So I was working hard on that one when there was the sale a couple years ago, or something happened, I don't know. And I got this idea in my head to stitch these 2 packs in 2 different colorways. So we have another twisted, and these are in silks. We have another twisted band, and I'd like to get through again band 6. And this is being worked in this colorway called Ocean Depths, and it's by Thread Pickers. Look at those colors, guys. This is why it had to be restarted, so that I could do it in this. It's gonna be so beautiful. And then I wanted to do the Twisted Rainbow in what she calls the Improved Rainbow Pack or something like that. Look at those colors. And this one is the one I have the least amount of progress on. I just have 1 band finished. And that's it, guys. That's my plans for the year of whips. I just, year of goals or whatever. As you can see, very few of them are complete finishes in my goals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 out of 15, my goal is to completely finish, which is why I'm not eligible for the real year of whips situation. But I think I'm going to have fun anyways, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll give you guys another update around the end of the year. And in a few hours, look for another video when I talk about my September plans. Thanks and have fun stitching. Leave a comment below any questions and I'm happy to answer. Bye.